that voice. You want her to do why do you have hey abua I beleu belenyon and bele and bele you took bele because you're changing the course. Now Amanda or the same thing on it here. Missy wobe bre wobe bro. Hey again, wobe bre fucking wobe bro. Samba Congressman minim that we are shameless. Eba baba pacho. Biano ubunu kwesiao. Onyo bias no way nazi.
Sorry, Instagram.
Nchawati. Last year, a lot of people didn't know me. But thanks to Kenny Japan, I got known. What happened? He came to lie, blatant lies. What happened? No way, onya akukudu okesing me ba kan me ba sem be manua na wabaka kakosie sam. Meanwhile, no, yeah, we all come from Ghana. Oh, it's okay. Go and beg, go and say sorry. Painfully, reluctantly, mesani beba pacho. Na boy, onya another level of balls. Makaka kosi some cry. I remember that when I came with schnapps. They are not stealing vote because she has her own brain. She's not as dumb as your fucking ass other children. She can think and say, this path you are taking me on, please, daddy, that's not my passion. Just that. She can't have that voice. You want her to do, why do you have hey, abua, I beleu, belenyon, and bele, and bele, you took bele. Because you're changing the course. Now Amanda or the same thing on it here. Missy wobe bre wobe bro. Hey again, wobe bre fucking wobe bro. Samba Congressman minim that we are shameless. Eba baba pacho. Biano ubunu kwesiao. Onyo bias no way nazi. Nchawati. Last year, a lot of people didn't know me. But thanks to Kenny Japan, I got known. What happened? He came to lie, blatant lies. No way, onya akukudu okesing me ba kan me ba sem be manua na wabaka kakosie sa.
Well, so I lost sound, but I'm back. And I'll recap all the things I said earlier for the sake of our people who are very loyal to the page. Thank you very, very much. I hear from 5 o'clock I was off sound. So it means that since 9 o'clock, my voice was out. Thank you very much. I was not reading the messages. I think now I am loud and clear. Now, you heard a video I just played. That video is a video from the baby mama of Honorable Kennedy Akompreko Ejipong, whose baby mama, some years, was it last year or last 2 years, came to degrade, insult, and curse. A lot of issue happened. And I remember on the 2, Kennedy Ejipong disowned and all the blah, 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 blah. Just about last week, then it comes again to the same woman who came to do a video, and in the video was excited about the pain the baby daddy is going through, about the worry and the things. And one of the things she said was that she's very happy that Kennedy Agyapong is going through troubles because her prayer is being answered. Number two, she's very sad and she has pain in her heart because when she had the trouble with Kennedy Agyapong, she was asked to go and apologize, and she painfully came to apologize to Kennedy Agyapong. And the reason why they had the misunderstanding was because the daughter of Honorable Kennedy Agyapong wanted to study a certain program, and Honorable Ken says, no, you can't study that program. If that is what you will study, then I will not pay the fees. And he says the daughter has her own brain. She's not daft like the other children. Sister, madam, woman, baby mama, are you hurt that you are not a wife of Kennedy Agyapong? Or are you hurt that nobody wants to have you again? Or are you hurt that you have a child? What is it that is paining you to the extent that you can insult, curse, wish evil for a man who you have pulled down your pants for before? A man that maybe has licked you before. A man that maybe have had sex with you, and when you ended, you say love you and thank you. A man that you've gone through labor for. What at all has he done to you? This is not an ex-husband. This is not an ex-boyfriend. But this is a baby daddy. What at all will be the reason and the cause why you have to get to the extent of cursing your baby daddy? My friend, this is not about Kennedy Agyapong and the woman. It's a case study on social media. And it just falls within the topic we are treating. How to marry again as a born one. Managing yourself as a born one in the wifeship position. Managing yourself as a born one in marriage. While you can position your born one baby, born two baby, three babies, so you can get somebody to marry you. Yesterday, I taught you a lot. But flipping through, I went to see Stacey Martin's show, where this woman that we've all known to be one of the good musicians, gospel musicians, who has never spoken about her marriage issue before, had this post on social media. Can you see it? I haven't spoken to my ex-husband for 9 years after divorce. I asked myself a lot of questions when I saw the post. I went to watch the video. I didn't get much details about her conversation. But the most important thing that I wanted us to learn from is that, why will you divorce a man and for 9 years you are not in talking terms with the man, and it seems like it is a good thing to be done? Because you see, when you go to the proceedings of divorce, and today that is where my lecture is continuing from. The continuation of yesterday where I left is coming from this particular conversational point of view. Yesterday I told you how people become baby mamas. I told you the process that one will end up to become a baby mama. And I told you who a baby mama is. I've explained several times to you the categories of women in the life of men. And I've made it clear to you how pregnancy comes. I even took you through the process of ovulation. And I remember that Evelyn Chagan gave us another one. And I said, these are teasers. This is copy and paste. And I had a lady call Adepa, Adwa Papebi or so, who called us how pregnancy happened. And she has one baby. And after, I think, 12 years or so, she's never had anything to do again with a man. We all learned something about how pregnancy comes. Pregnancy is not an airborne disease. Pregnancy is not contagious. Pregnancy happens when one has unprotected sexual intercourse, when there is an erected penis entry into a lubricated vagina, where there is an ovulation taking place. Pregnancy will occur. Zion Felix, the deceitful person like that. Have you watched the video again? When Zion Felix went to Erica's house and the loose pastor told Zion to hold the ring finger and put the ring, while the pastor was praying those dangerous prayers on Zion Felix fixed the ring not on the ring finger but kept it here. But after the photography of the girls, in their foolishness as baby mamas, they removed it from where Zion Felix kept it and was deceiving who? Who are you deceiving? Zion Felix. Go and listen to the video, the prayer the man of God prayed. If it's libation, you'll be afraid of. But maybe because it's prayer, you don't care. Zion, the man said, when me brand Timo, ayre, me no bet na favor. And you are pushing the ring, Jimmy for. I think all of you around Zion Felix, who are Jimmy for? I am analyzing his video. Sammy K, you are there. Kokonsa, you are there. GH blogger, you are there. All of you are there. You will not cause Zion Felix to come and speak sense to that level. One, let's make it clear. Zion Felix is not married. So you, the advisors, who are making a fool out of Minaling, you are the wife. See when him not home. Men jamo biamba ja jimieno Minaling. Bemo di kawabe show. Mikase or baby abema who coin. Ama bema show kawa. On your one dieno. Who you Jimmy for? I say kawa shen ya wa mamre ya wa manye ya wa kwa ya faso she kawa. And you say down for 4 jira wa ye de Jimmy for backing vocalist. Jimmy for backing vocalist. And you know some niaka. Ye din komo ma ya ti ase se. E kwa ye faso e wo ba no. Eye bebre. Na nukura wo me se. Oba bia bosumi bia du a Nyankopon boa wo. Ma wo fati bia bi mu a ye friend administration. Eho e na jagraja be ka se. Oba administrator on ready ani ma wa o power beba form. Masa. Jama on didi restaurant. Choba afo bebi do bubu o mo nso mba adwuma o. Ye di power ne nkoye. Ye power ne enya musum power. Ya nkoji ye power ne mfi nipa ho. De bo osoro ne asase. A o ma ye ho kwampo se obi embu ni nsa ye timi di no. Oba menstruating now ne have sex ane de. Obi bu nsa na di na ne de. Obi bu nsa na di na ne de. Obi bu nsa na di ane de. Empo ye di. Ye from oja kokonum no red light. Now they see ye the new animal power score. Ni dey bia eye busumi chiwade. Ana nyame ohonin bia wakogi chiwade. Oba bia bu nsa. Bosumi bia ba bia bu nsa. Na obu nsa wie a and then do a twatwo obu nsa wie a and then do so no. Utu nkosua ehia bema hu nso ano na wanyem. Enti nyi se nya from mo yare. Eti dia Zion Felix edi Minaling no enye by mistake. Edi odi Erica enye by mistake. But ye wonyi sem miensa maka ho asem da. Ye were unwanted pregnancy. Ye were unplanned pregnancy. And ye were planned pregnancy. Eye miensa we pe. Unwanted ni ye me ne wo ye hyeso a ye nya adwun se ebenyim. Nanso ni enim se ovulation time na ben. When you are unwanted. For the sake of my people who are in Nigeria, let me make it clear in English. I just made it clear that pregnancy is not an airborne disease. And for that matter, when a man impregnates you, there are 3 forms of pregnancy. We have the unwanted pregnancy which happen between people who are talking jolly, asana, yemakwe, sex mates, side chicks. Their pregnancy usually are unwanted because they have not planned their ovulation. Now onimu say, baby awedunu ya di bema hun shuogu no ho. So there is that's why I taught you ovulation. The sperm has the power to stay 3 days, which is 72 hours. So if you're ovulating on the 10th and you have a sexual intercourse unprotected with a man on the 7th, the sperm will wait to go and meet the egg unless the sperm is not strong, like some of us what we are working with right now. So you can get pregnant whilst you thought you didn't have sex on the ovulation day, because using your system to calculate, your ovulation will be Wednesday, but the man has sex with you on Sunday. So you least expect that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, before your ovulation, you should get pregnant. So pregnancy comes and is called unwanted pregnancy. When we are married, it is ideally medically correct, for the sake of breastfeeding, that you space your children within the time of 16 to 18 months, or 24 months to be precise. Which means when your wife resumes sex after lactation or during lactation, you should make sure that the baby will be breastfed properly and start crawling and walking. Which means the woman's water and everything goes back properly. If she did CS, her system and wound will be healing so well, then she can take seed again whilst the baby has started the second year, 2 years. So when your wife resumes sex after 6 months or 6 weeks, based on the type of delivery she had, whether she had SVD or CS, self-vaginal delivery, or she was cut through cesarean operation, any form that she has, the doctor will tell you when you can continue having sex or when you can resume sexual intercourse. My brother, in the resumption of sexual intercourse, it is advised clinically that make sure you see her cycle corrected. Let her cycle be corrected. So until the cycle is corrected, use condom. I don't know if you understand. Or use contraceptive, that's your wife. It is not wrong to use condom as a wife. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong at all with that. There's the beer at the bonibia ni who say obia wawale ube use condom. Now why not use condom na here? When I catch you say why not use condom e bone? Sa so for na catch you say condom ya bone and I the condom that Nyankopon baby saw and na Nyankasa be di we Jimmy Bible even say the condom. Who the condom? And if you use condom and a woman is a sin before God, and the Lord will punish you accordingly because somebody had sex with their sister, and when she spilled the sperm, she was killed. Listen to the story and go and read the Bible and stop fooling. Stop fooling. There's nothing like that. Why? Because when you use condom as a form or medium of preventing pregnancy, you have not sinned. So when your wife finishes delivery and she's breastfeeding, my sister, it makes a lot of sense to ask it where. Move. Prevent yourself from getting pregnant. Prevent yourself from getting pregnant. Allow pastor to use condom. And it is better for you to fix the condom for the man. Women, learn to fix the condom. Don't let condom be fixed by them. Fix the condom yourself. Let the condom be fixed by you. So you know that pregnancy won't come. Because when you have not resumed your menstrual cycle after delivery, you wouldn't know how safe you are or how unsafe you are. clinically a mistake can come. So allow your menstrual cycle to be, corrected. Resume sex when you understand your cycle. And I mean, if you dame, oh yeah, crown me moving said be more. Now so bad day. Yeah, but then hey, listen, if you get pregnant whilst you are still breastfeeding and you have not planned, it is called unplanned pregnancy. When your child grows and the two of you sit to plan, it's called planned pregnancy. And me as a gender, we are those who are able to give babies male and female at the time you want. That's my work. It's part of the job I do as a gender chatter. I will let you know that if you have a girl, let me help you get a boy. And we have to use these things and other issues and some things we have to do, take you through some diet and some drinks and things so you can produce the gender you want to have. So a child cannot be produced when you are in marriage and it is called unwanted. But when you are not planned for it, it becomes unwanted. Fast forward. The other part of the story is that yesterday I told you the category of baby mamas that we have. That there are some women that they got pregnant because the men told them that they have crisis with their wives. And so they assume position as shadow wives. Do you know shadow wives? If you go into politics, we have shadow health minister. We have shadow finance minister. Why? They are shadow because their party is not in power. So they are those who are in the minority but are acting as financial gurus and financial ministers. They have been appointed as shadow. So a man walks to you and wants to have a relationship with you. Unfortunately, the system is not allowing him to finish his divorce proceedings. Then he walks to you while they are planning to divorce or trying to settle disputes in their relationship. He comes to get comfort from your end. And in the comfort, you get unwanted pregnancy. Yeah, that is how you became a baby mama. Don't be hurt. Don't drink poison. Don't insult the man. Don't call him a liar. Don't curse him. You are a mother. And if you love the future of your child, you will allow a sensible penis to impregnate you. I tell you every day that your future is determined by your mother through the type of penis she will fuck. So when you grow and you end up being a useless person, it means that you didn't do well when it comes to the act of nothing but proper sexual intercourse. I told you yesterday that there are other people who get pregnant because during the act, the man said, the man requested for a child in his excitement during sexual intercourse. And I made it see on Wubia say, why yes. Made it say, I want they were child one person by Wubio. And until me, they mean yankam. So in the act of sexual intercourse, the man approved pregnancy. So you didn't care on contraceptive. You didn't care on condom again. So it was a baby that was requested. That is why you are a baby mama. I spoke about that yesterday. Some people become baby mamas because they were promised to be married. When a man promises you, I'm going to marry you, you are not married yet. Because when he dies, you will not become a widow. And you don't have an in-law. So don't make a mistake to accept a man and agree that he says, when you have a child for me, I'll marry you. Any man that tells you, have a child for me so I can marry you, is a stupid man. And our family, you don't get a child when you marry. And our family, there are demons in the family that they stop people from delivering. So I want to make it clear. Let me have a child before I come and pay your bride price. I'm afraid I'll marry you and you don't have a child. So let me impregnate you. So you also give yourself up as a frustrated, disappointed woman. Then you get pregnant. You become a baby mama. There are other people who become baby mamas because they trap the men. And that's where I am continuing my conversation today. They trap you because they realize that you are on the path, that everything is good for you. And you're having sex with them. And you see, let me tell you, if you're having sex with somebody like me, Because you wish to have a child for me. And in your planning, when you have a child for me, you'll be a happy person. Don't trap me. Because when you trap me, that pregnancy becomes unwanted. And usually unwanted pregnancies are requested to be aborted. Because the fear and the flight mode of a man is activated when he's not prepared and pregnancy comes up. I understand what I'm saying. So if you want to have a child with me, play me the mind games. Ask me, after your 6 kids, will you be ready to have a child again out of wedlock? Because you know I'm a married man. Or you meet a guy who is not married, struggling to make it in life. Don't go and destroy him with pregnancy. That thing people don't understand me. The girl, pregnancy is produced by women. The people who can prevent pregnancy are women, not men. Hello? Because as I sit, I don't have any gates of procreation. I don't have any months or day in the month that I cannot impregnate. But the women are not pregnant. So they have the gate for procreation. I have the seed. The seed is with me. But the soil and the fertility of the soil is with you, the woman. So if anybody can prevent pregnancy, the first person that God gave power to prevent pregnancy are women. That is why when you talk about barrenness, we give more than 60% of cause of barrenness to 65% of cause of barrenness to women. And we give men below the average, below 40%, that the cause of barrenness or the cause of childlessness with men are below the percentage of below 40. And women are in the increase of 60 and above. Because they have more things that will cause the chemistry to make babies. My friend, if you trap a man to impregnate you, the fear and the fright in him will ask for abortion. Let me correct this thing in your mind. When a man impregnates you and he requests for abortion, it doesn't make him a murderer. And a man away abortion. Please, you see? Then the one who committed abortion, like we, those who work in a hospital, and we have legal rights to terminate pregnancies, then they will not even go to heaven. Then those of us who are ministry people, who are in the hospital area, and there's abortion going on, and the machines they are using, the equipment they are using, as a nurse, you assist a doctor to do the termination, then all of us will not go to heaven. Let's be careful when we are speaking. We should know what it means. Do you understand? So we are not saying that people should do abortion, but plan that you don't get pregnant to abort. But when a man impregnates you and he has no plan, he will request for you to abort. But there are some conversations that goes around that when you are afraid and you tell the lady abort because I am not ready, they tell you I can take care of it. So you leave me alone. Now listen, the fact that you took a decision to keep the baby when I requested for abortion doesn't make me an evil person and doesn't deny me of being the father of the child. So you see your problem? The guy who impregnated you denied when they went to ask him. He was not ready to provide money for abortion. He didn't even provide money for you to go to hospital. Your family did everything. And from that day till today, you are so hurt that you don't want to give him chance to have access to the child that he has with you. And that is why you are still single. Hello? You are hurt. You are in pain. Things are not going the way you expect them to go. And you think the trouble is the child. The reason is that you have not opened up to forgive the man. I was not ready to have a child, but you said you will keep the child. Thank God you've kept the child. You have delivered the child. I don't have the means anymore. Right now, I have the means. When I walk in to come and take ownership of the child, why are you denying me? And watch it. Since you denied me of the child 15 years ago, 16 years ago, 12 years ago, you are still single. Because you don't know how to manage the baggage, which is the child you're having behind the place. My friend, nobody, including myself, can justify anything that is not right. But I'm telling you, please, open up your heart. Forgive that man. Forgive that man. If you love that child very well, you would rather be on that, change your name on that, and let the child have a connection with the father so you can get married. So a trap or an act of sex that was not planned for could lead you to be pregnant and you become a baby mama. What's the next one? The next one is this woman on my screen. Just like her, she makes it clear for us to believe that she went through marriage. And I have not spoken to my ex-husband for 9 years after divorce. Hear me. I've not spoken to my ex-husband for 9 years. I read through her story. She didn't have much communication on that particular thing. Because Stacy says she doesn't want to talk about it. And so Stacy was trying to be sure. But unfortunately, she didn't say anything about it. My question is, there are times that you become a baby mama as a result of marriage breakup. As a result of divorce. And divorce is not evil. It's permitted. But like this woman's story, maybe they don't have a child. But you can have an ex-husband, but you can't have ex-children. Because if this happens to be my ex-wife, no matter what happens, because of our children, we will always get interactive. Whether they are going to school, whether they are making a decision over their career, they are making a decision over their relationship, because we have a child, we will come across each other. Christiana Love, they have children with Pastor Love. They have children. They are not alone. So Christiana Love and Pastor Love, after their divorce, they still talk because of the children between them. So when once you are married, like Joyce Blessing, they have children. And the Lord makes room for the children. There are some that they give you custody. They give access and custody to each other. So definitely there will be that communication. What will happen that will break up in marriage after we have children between the two of us, and for 9 years we won't talk? If you are a man watching me and you've married somebody's ex-wife, and the ex-wife of the person you have married is not in talking terms with the ex-husband, don't smile. If you are a man, you are married to somebody's ex-husband, a woman, you are married to somebody's ex-husband with children, and your wife is not in talking terms with the ex-husband, don't smile. Don't be happy. Don't jubilate. Or some of you foolishly even give standing orders. Listen to me. If you are marrying a baby mama, remember that she has connection with the baby daddy forever till she dies. Stop tickling yourself and laughing. And I'm hearing the mama order. Says that Jimmy said the baby soda. Say yeah, Kasei. Yen kwatin kwatia. Ni kunu dada no. One no. Anya mi ho. When see that. When we are mawani nka umre wamnem. When we are mawani enka wamnem. Tie me. Utumi wadi obeyire dada enka se we wu anani nka na mnem. One ne wama. So people become baby mamas as a result of divorce. But once you are divorced, you have the right to marry again. As for those deceiving you, tell you that when you divorce, you can't marry again. Think to divorce and marry again, let them go and read the scriptures. Tell them, I say, Bible has never banned you from marrying again. There is no law in any portion of the world that says you can't marry again after divorce. The law says you can't marry two when you are not divorced. Apart from the traditional marriage circle in Ghana, where polygamy is accepted to marry more than one, the Mohammedan religion and the law allows you to marry more than one. The civil marriage with one man, one wife. So if you want to marry again in America, you can divorce and marry 100 times. The law will never stop you from marrying again. There's no law in America that says you can marry 10 times. There's no seal of the number of times. If you are, yeah, today I saw a post of a 79-year-old woman marrying a 24-year-old boy. Ubedin is saying, hey, Abrante, according to Mickey Darling, any Kwame Nkrumah, Abriwache die den. Me de minim. Osi Abriwani twe die se ne humba we chiri udina ne humba. According to Mickey Darling and Kwame Nkrumah of OKFM and Peace FM, they say having sexual intercourse with an old woman, according to records, is difficult because their libido is gone. So I see a 24-year-old boy going to marry a very old, they are married, who just got married to a 78-year-old woman. Hey! But I don't think it's love. And I can't say, like, you've not seen love before. You don't know what is love. Can't say, when people are in love, you should understand, though. It's love. It's all about love. Love is the message, and the message is love. From the slain to the mountains, and then nothing above. Tell everybody what they want you to know. That the love is the message, and the message is love. Jimmy, uko wunkwa sewo. Echa wudi oba humba. Wundi oba no humba da. Massa. Awale ayati we do baby na oyire ne hura ayabrewa yire. Abrewa twedie ne den. Hwe oba da kura ni die den. Etwade de die den. Me kan man tema se Ghana fo jibra no gosi bone. Se woti oba ho na mo ware cha etwade de die den papa. I said, when you get familiar with the vagina and the penis, getting to orgasm is very difficult. So what I'm saying here is very serious, that be careful when you are walking out of marriage and have a story like Madame, who says, Agnes says for 9 years she has not spoken to ex-husband. Maybe there's no child between the two of them. I agree. But when there's a child between the two of you, you can't stay 9 years. Then you don't love the children. This is my preamble to our discussion that we started yesterday, and I will continue from where I ended yesterday, which I've already done. Friends, loved ones, a big thank you to Ginger Honey Chips, the best ginger chips so far in the season, which helps you to enjoy your health balance. It is not difficult to enjoy it at all, just like me, and people know how I do it. I pour plenty like this in my mouth. I know that my sweetheart will just be angry. I'm chewing on set. But can you hear the crispy? I love the crick. Oh. Solid. 862-215-2007. 862-215-2007. 862-215-2007. Get your ginger honey chips for your health benefits, for your constipation, for your fresh breath, for the strengthening of your teeth. It's nice. If you're in Ghana, 0277 609 644. 0277 609 644. When you finish chewing ginger, always remember, add water. Bonsogu adeso. Thank you very much, Gigi's Kitchen, for your able support for the event coming up on 26 September. It's happening in New Jersey, and it is live there. Thanks to Gigi Kitchen. I mean, they are ably supporting us, and it's happening at the African House, 670 South, 21st Street, New Jersey, Everton. Everton, New Jersey is just down here in America. Those of you who don't have ticket like Elom, who don't have visa, hold on. You can watch it live on Facebook. It's on 26 September, 4 p.m. sharp. Why married? Why still single? Thanks to Ginger Chips for their able support. And all the supporters, A Plus Shipping Company Limited is supporting us ably for it to come to pass. Dawn Production, 3G Media, and the media publicity is brought to you by A2 TV on 26 September, 4 p.m. in 4 p.m. in the US time, and it will be 8 p.m. in Ghana time. Join us as we learn and we share the little that we know with those who want it. Today, I'm continuing the act. So how do I get married as a baby mama? Let me start with those of you who are in the last category, like this woman who is married after divorce. Anytime you go through divorce, there is a space, there is a portion, there is something that is always done that should give you the clearance to be able to move on. That thing that is done is that when you find yourself in this space, one of the things that you should always remember is that your marriage procedure will always be cleared. Why is it cleared? They make it clear for you because they know that. So when you're going through divorce, like this woman who says after divorce, 9 years I have not spoken to my husband. Whether they were having bad blood, whether there was misunderstanding, the law will always give you chance not to settle your dispute, but the law will give you the opportunity to be able to redirect your thinking when there are children among you. When you're going through divorce, the process is not the same like when there are no children among you. So the law will look at the ages of the children, and by the age of the children, they determine where the children will stay and be safe. The laws are made for women and children. So regularly, women have more custody until there is a proof of an insanement, unstableness, or insufficient support system where there's a definition of carrying the children from the woman. If there's a proof. When they prove that the woman is not capable because she's a drunkard, the woman is not capable because she is not stable at home, the woman is not capable because she doesn't have what it takes to be able to nurture a child, the woman is not capable because when there is a definition and a clear cut that is cast in stone, that the judge can really assimilate and move through the circles and check that the woman cannot keep a child, the law will give custody to the man and release access to the woman. Away from that, most of the judgment that have followed, regularly, women are given custody and men are given access when you go through divorce, when they are children. The ages of the children, the gender of the children are also considered before divorce is granted. The educational circle of the children are very important in divorce. So, the ex-wife of the former MP, Ras Mubarak, she was an ex-wife. Remember, I taught you, there's nothing called ex-boyfriend. There's nothing called ex-girlfriend. There's nothing called ex-sexmate. Ex-side chick. Ex what? We only have ex-wife and ex-husbands. We don't have ex-baby mama. We've all been saying it. It's a big mistake, but we are correcting it now. They are my ex. No, we don't do that. If I go out with you for 20 years, once we are not married, I can introduce you. But when you are a baby mama, you are known because, like the woman who came, when he hears, I say, now last year, Kennedy Ponti, Munime, Menene Waba. So if not Kennedy Japan, having a child in Kennedy Japan, and you were just a sex mate of Kennedy Japan, under no circumstance can we by any means be able to know who you are. What I say? It is only Bema Kowa. Onya ex, but abofreni tino yenimu. That is why when you have a child with a man, you are no more a girlfriend, you are no more a side chick, but you are called a baby mama. Me body mama. What I say? Me body mama. Now, uko dane me body mama. That is the introduction given to you. Men ye mistake enko kat dase mikunu meyere. This is wale. When a man has not paid your bride price, be careful. You don't say that's my husband. Minelin, Erica, Zion Felix is not your husband. If your family don't know, they should go and watch the video that they assume Zion Felix was foolishly coming to marry you. He deceived all of you and received an applause and a song. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Let it hear his voice. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Let the people rejoice. Oh, come to the Father, to Jesus, the Son, and give it the glory. Great is he has done. And they clap their hands and they thank God because Zion Felix have come to marry Erica. Or software, yedi kawane shell. Say I'm passing mremu na wo ye adwuma yan kanaka see a chiwtum. If truly what the man was doing was a legal representation by the law of marriage, the pastor has done a wrong thing and must be arrested under the law. Because in the book that we were trained with as gazetted marriage officers, we are told to have an identification of the ring finger. Let the man place the ring finger and exchange the vows. So how can Zion Felix hold the middle finger and also would think they are exchanging vows? So don't assume a position as a wife if your bride price is not paid. So I'm dealing with the first group of people who can get married again. But ones who can marry, I'm dealing with divorcees. But there's a process for the divorce. And I was defining for you what goes into divorce when it comes to a particular form of marriage. Let me make this clear to you. In Ghana and where I come from, there are 3 forms of marriage under the Cap 127 of our legal law in our constitution. One of them is called a civil marriage, which is called a court marriage, where we go and we exchange ring. The man wears a ring, the woman wears a ring, and they perform it under the law of bigamy. 1 man, 1 wife. That is one. That particular form of relationship or that particular form of marriage is recognized by law. And that is called civil marriage. We also have the second one called the traditional marriage or the customary marriage, where it is also accepted by law under the PNDC law 111 interstate. And that you can marry more because the man is not operating under 1 man, 1 wife, but 1 man, many wives. Polygamous marriage. The other one is called the Muhammadan marriage. And the Muhammadan marriage is where even in the Muslim community, they've accepted that a man can marry more than 1. And that law was, if you read the Quran very well, in the school I attended, about the Islamic school I attended, they explained to us that in the early stages, Muhammad allowed them to marry more than one because after the war, most men went to war, didn't come back. And the men with money were encouraged and admonished to marry the women that have left behind so they can take care of them and their children. And that is what brought the Quran giving permission for Muslims to marry more than one. And they have brought it into their marriage law. So you can marry more than one if you are a Muslim person and marry under the Muslim law. That one is also accepted in Ghana. So if you are going through any form of divorce, the first thing I have to identify here is which type of marriage are you in? Hey, me chira de mu bo nsem ma me. Obi nka se papa yo chira de pa me sending this ke bi fa goto bi me bi. Mu churo note e record it. Before you can say I am divorced, what type of marriage are you in? Because the type of marriage you find yourself in will also be able to discuss your way out of the marriage. So like I said, thank you, Millicent. I know you clap for me. Millie, nimba now go show eh. Famous show, yeah, mommy. Teacher one. Thank you, Miss Mark. My people are doing for me what I want to hear. Thank you so much, Bismarck. Thank you very much. Counselor one, teacher one. Now I think I say my new name is going to be Counselor one to me. Yes. If we have Chamawu to me, I should be Counselor one to me. So I'll go and change my status and make it Counselor. Kawari kra. Iwari kra, mili. Know that, hey, Juliet Boateng, I love this name. It rings a bell. Thank you very much. What is that, Lucky? Is it a dance or what? Where is Ruru? Ruru has left me, so now I try my best to be able to read the messages myself. Who's that here? I'm trying, pa. You should clap for me again. Thank you very much. Thank you. Let me go to Instagram and give them some small shout out there. A lot think giving birth with him prevents him leaving her. Okay. He says, according to what's the name of the is it Andrews? Yes, Andrews says that most women think that when they give birth with a man, it will keep the man for themselves. So they allow themselves to impregnate her so that they can keep the man. Listen to please. Are you saying that abortion is good? Abortion is good thing to practice? You didn't hear me. I'm saying that there is nothing wrong with abortion, but it's better for you to prevent yourself from getting pregnant. Don't just conclude that. I didn't say abortion is good. Abortion is not bad, but it can be prevented. Instagram. Ghanaians, I'm dealing with two different pages here. You know what I'm talking about? There are some people who are not on Facebook, but they are on Instagram. So I serve them small and I continue with you. Thank you very much for your support. Oting Selassie. Hey, my man. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you, Oting. God bless you so much. Thank you very much for coming. And I like the way you are watching. You did there like that. So the type of marriage you are in will determine your form of divorce. Today, let me quickly deal with the three marriages and the way the divorce goes on, so that when there's a child in your divorce, then your movement as getting married again is also defined. Remember, when you get divorced with a child, your marriage plan and counseling is different. When you get divorced without a child, your marriage plan and counseling is different. The type of marriage you are in formally, whether it was Mohammedan marriage, customary marriage, civil marriage, will also determine how you marry again. Yeah, there are things we have not taken serious. So you got married like Joyce Blessing. She was Mrs. Dave Joy. And every song she writes, she mentions the husband's name in it. And this is one thing I applaud Akosua Japan for. When she was 25 years in the music industry, one of the things she said to everybody is that any woman coming up, if you want to become a good musician and build a brand, never build a brand with your husband's name. That's what Akosua Japan said. Madam Akosua Japan, that statement she made on her 25th day's anniversary, I have never forgotten. She made that statement in the presence of the ex-late president, Jerry John Rawlings. Let me drink water, please. That was a serious statement she made, and people didn't take it serious. They laugh over it. Akosua Agyapong has married several men, but her brand is still intact because she was Akosua Agyapong and ended it like that. You see Joyce Blessing? She's still working there as Joyce Blessing. But every song she played, the joy, because the husband was a producer. Now, if Joyce Blessing, the way their divorce have happened, their marriage is under the civil law. So they will go to court and end the marriage. That particular marriage, if today Joyce Blessing wants to marry again, there are children in the marriage. So, one, their divorce was a civil type of divorce. When you go to the law court and you divorce like me, when you are wearing a ring and you go through the law court to divorce, you are handed over with 2 certificates. One for the man, one for you. They give you 2 divorce certificates. So when you come to me and you say we got married and we are divorced, I request for people to give me a copy of their certificate before we do counseling. Hello? That is the civil marriage. And when you go through that process, there is something called alimony. Alimony is property acquired during the marriage. And children are not part of the property acquired, but children are part of the marriage. So when you have built a house together, they deal with alimony and they deal with the children in the marriage. They check their age so they can begin to administer access and custody for the children. So when he put me in and we're married for 7 years, we have 3 kids, and after divorce, he's not minding us, he's not doing. I said, did you go through the process in the law court? Did the judge sit in to divorce you? Was it clear in your submission letters by your lawyers that between the 2 of you there are 3 children, and were their ages specified and gender specified? Because in a law court, the law doesn't permit the name of a child to be used. Alphabet can be used to represent children. Oh, that's a law. A minor's name cannot be used in the law court. So we have 3 children. Child A, 7 years. Child B, 5 years. Child C, 2 years. So anytime we go through divorce and it's a civil type of marriage, when a judge sits in, whilst you are producing, the proceedings are going through, they take care of the marriage, annul the marriage, and when the marriage is annulled, they come to check the children who are part of the marriage, look at their age, look at their status, and then they start from that level to keep you going. Hello? Are we learning? Are we learning something? So when you go through divorce, I don't like hearing people say after divorce or shankwalano. And I divorce you, I mean shankwalana bra me bread shankwala we mean kwa. When I hear women saying that, I say, did you really go through the law court to divorce? And when we went to court and we finished the divorce, they asked him to come and be leaving money at the court. He has not been doing it, and then I've decided to leave him alone and take care of the child. This is why you are still single as born one. You are a foolish woman to say this. You don't respect the law. You don't respect the law. Because you have money, you are too low. How many years now have you been staying without a man? Because of that 2 children, you are single for how many years now? Your marriage didn't work. 7 years ago, 9 years ago, 5 years ago, you went to court and the judge gave you divorce. Forget about your pastor. That you can marry again. Need Jimmy. Hey, Pentecost for, SDA for, Apostolic for, CAC for, Roman Catholic, Methodist, Presby, Prayer Palace, ICGC, your friend was saying, Love Chapel. Your friend was saying, that what most I saw your friend saying, Kodesho, Ahimfie, all the pastors, also the pastor, G-Wave, asɔre ni nyina ɔsɔfoɔ bi ɔbɛka kyerɛ wo sɛ wo gya wa na ntumi ware no ɔsɔfoɔ no wabɔn ɔmpɛ wo yie ubusuani bɛbɛka kyerɛ sɛ nkwalaa de nyiye mɛnkɔpa awadeɛ foforɔ bi nkɔbrɛ fa wa ho ɔde hwɛ nkwalaa no ɔmo yɛ widifoɔ. They are stupid people. How do you go to the law court and you have been given and granted divorce, and after 5 years of the divorce you are still single, and when they ask you, you use the children as an excuse whilst you can't move on? Listen, you are a foolish woman. I will salute you. Your effort is in futility. Your effort is useless. Well, you can join me if you want to join the line. It's difficult now saying I don't even get Ruru anymore. But the link is pasted there. Maybe you have a story to share. Just maybe. You might have a story you want to share with us. A woman who takes care of a child doesn't make anything out of that thing that they do. You come and make us feel as if you are the only golden egg, the precious asset. The best thing that happened, hear me, immediately you get to that point of your life where you are taking care of your children, and because of the children, you cannot in any way move on in life. You are in trouble. You are in big trouble. Very, very big trouble. Counselor, how long should one wait before thinking about marriage again after divorce? Now watch it here. Thank you very much for asking such a question, Bibi. Big ups, counselor. Thank you very much. Counselor Woon to me. Thank you very much, Cynthia. I'll keep this name, Counselor Woon to me. I think from next week, I'll change my name and write Woon to me right now. Counselor Woon to me. I'll write it right now at the place. Counselor Lutrot Woon to me. No, Counselor Woon to me. The Lutrot will be silent now. Counselor Woon to me. Hey, Menyadi. You do all. Instagram. Thank you very much. International counselor. I dare here for you. Love listening to you. Keep it up. People like that. Join me with a link. How do I send a link to these people on Instagram? I'll find a way to send it to you, okay? Maybe I can be easily to send it to you on Instagram so that you can come and join me quickly on Facebook if you have a Facebook account, and let's talk together, because I love when people are also learning. We're all learning. I learned them. That is what I'm teaching. What else here? What else here? It's not that I know all, but I learned them. That's what I'm teaching you. So on Instagram, you can easily see. I pasted it on Instagram for you. My paste them on my Instagram. What I'm showing live. Ginger Honey Chips page in the media. What I say, Ginger Honey Chips, and then they paste them on. You can click on the link and connect yourself straight, and come and tell me your experience in life. Come and share with us what you have gone through in life. Bibi, let me answer my sweetheart. Bibi, now hear it. This is the story. How long can you stay? Now watch it. The Lord gives you 1 year waiting before you can marry again. When you divorce under the civil law, the law will expect to find you again in the system as a married person when you are 1 year after the divorce. That's the law. It's the law. So you cannot divorce and in less than 6 months you come again to the law court to come and marry. No, it's not done. It's not done. Yeah, yeah. What I say? So I answered you. Now, it's also very good for you to understand that when you divorce, and you have to now go back to yourself and do what we call the retrospective analysis through counseling. So I tell people that before you divorce, speak to a counselor. During your divorce, speak to a counselor. After divorce, speak to a counselor. So counseling before divorce, counseling during divorce, and counseling after divorce. To Chema Kwano, champion. Counselor Lutrot. Hey! Now who are he? Counselor here. Me we are hero off. But we are hero off by a child here. So why are you divorced? 2 years, 5 years, 7 years, until today. Aliklim, Kwakume. Hey, that's my boss, Dr. Kwakume, one of my favorite gynecologists. You're carrying his name. If Shwakina says that Schwarzenegger says that she's married to one of the most expensive ever names in Ghana. Is it Kwakume? Is it Kwaokume? If Shwa, mother. If is a divorcee with 2 children, and I'll explain to you some conditions. So you are able to marry again, but you have to understand the type of divorce you went through. So if it's a civil divorce, what is next is, were there children in the marriage? Thank you very much. Someone says so true on Instagram. Were there children in the marriage? Did you have children with the man who you got married to? Did the man have children with you? Hey, I have a topic I will treat, and that day I'll be so cool because it's a topic that is paining my heart. And you know what is it? Tubal ligation. Tying of your tubes. Hear me. A young lady at 38 years went through marriage. She married at 25. She had 3 kids with a man. And by 38, the 39th year, she's gone for divorce because the abuse was too much. Now, immediately she got married at 38. At 39, a door opened for her with a man who had 1 child. And the man saw her and wanted to marry her with everything in this world, but requested to have more children because he has just 1. Unfortunately for her, in the bad marriage where the man said, no family planning in this house, no condom in this house, she was just there. And when the man is want to have sex, you should give him time to have sex. I'll come and treat that topic. And the only thing she thought was best was to quietly go and do BTL, tie her tubes, to avoid another child from coming. Bad marriage. So you go and tie your tubes, young as you are. Now you meet a very good, responsible man who has the flair to become a qualified father. You can't produce a child because of a stupid man. You took a stupid decision. That's a topic for a day. Remember, me treaties are different things. Because when I go there, trouble will come.